Yeah, but people are still getting on.
Still have 3 minutes yet. Am I supposed to push the play?
Refresh the page. Hey. How's everyone going? How's everyone doing out there? About to get this party started. I'm excited. I have to admit, very, very excited. This is the first webinar I've done ever. I've been on a ton of them. I've hosted conference calls. I've hosted group meetings, meeting after meeting, but I've not done a webinar before. And I'm pretty excited. Pretty excited. The goal is share value. Share stuff that people want. Share stuff that helps people move forward. That is seriously key for me anyway. I want to help others move forward. We'll give it a little bit of time here. We still got a couple minutes before we start. I see people are starting to pop on. Thank you for joining us today. Appreciate it. This is Manny Rodriguez. They're popping in. Hope everyone is fantastic tonight. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Let me see that real quick. Right there. Coming in nice. Coming in. Oh, it shows you have, it says 0 watching. I got like a bunch of viewers. Huh, interesting. Well, let's see who we got on here. I wonder if this thing will show me who's on here. So I was at a toss-up at what platform to use for the webinar. There's GoToMeetings, there's GoToWebinars, there's meetings on air, there's Zoom, there's so many different things that you can go and do your webinars on, but I chose this platform. Why did I choose this platform? Well, for me, it made more sense because I have a Chromebook. Chrome is Google. Google loves Google. YouTube is Google. So this is technically live on YouTube. I guess there's no technical about it. It's live on YouTube. But it was cool how we had to set it up to create the webinar. A lot of people have been up in arms like, we've been using webinars on air. We've been using webinars on air. What do we do now? And to me, so far, super simple, easy to do. And I'm using Google. I'm using YouTube. And it's if you want to know, future reference, if you just schedule it on YouTube as an event, and then it's a Google Hangout. So in that case, when you have it as an event and you have it scheduled, and then as long as you tune in and click start broadcast, it won't start on its own. So you got to get in and start broadcast, and then you can use Hangouts on air. And people are thinking that they lost that option because of Hangouts. If you're familiar with Google+, Google created Google+ to rival Facebook. And that's not quite happened for Google. And so Google+ platform is kind of on its way down. It's kind of what you would refer to as a sinking ship. It's just not gaining the momentum that it would expect that it would gain. And that's just technology. So what Google is doing, from what it looks like, they're phasing out Google+. So if you have your heart set on Google+ and you have a lot of love for Google+, unfortunately, it's not working out the way they had hoped. So that's what I kind of want to share. But let's get this party started. I'm sure you didn't come here just to hear me talk. The important part of this is that this is interactive. So if you have questions, save your questions for the end. I will definitely get those answered. But I want to get down to the meat and potatoes of this. and just want to share. So the goal is that, give me 1 second here. What is that? So let me go to, let's see, bring up my notes. Slides. Oh, BTW, if you're getting ready to host a webinar and you're looking at where to put to do your presentations and your slides, again, I'm all Chromebook, but you don't even need a Chromebook just to do this. But Google Slides has been simple to help me create my slides and to get my slides up. And basically, it was a great template to just move stuff around and then try to be creative in my own way. When it comes to being creative, when it comes to art, I know what looks beautiful. I don't know how to create the beauty. I could be creative in my own ways, but when it comes to creativity with art, it skipped my gene in my family. All my brother, my son, they're all great at it, but it kind of skipped me. But that's okay. I'm still creative in my own way, right? Okay, so tonight's webinar, I'm Manny Rodriguez. I want to share with you, I'm going to throw my story in this webinar on how I was able to go from full-time employee to full-time entrepreneur, work from home entrepreneur. Now, granted, if you saw my live video on Facebook, I have offices all over. I don't just have one office. So though I may work from home, my office is Breadco, Rendezvous Cafe, Starbucks, wherever there's good coffee and a good scenery, that's my office. That's one of the luxuries of working out of your home on your own schedule. So a lot of my meetings are at coffee shops, basically. And so what I want to share is exactly how I went from full-time employee to full-time home-based entrepreneur. I'm also going to share these same strategies that help me take my primary business. We're not talking about my primary business. You won't hear me talk about any company names when it comes to business opportunity whatsoever. That's not what this is about. This is not trying to sell you anything. This is to share with you what I know works and what has worked for me to grow my business. And I know if you follow these exact strategies, it will help you grow your business. At the end of the day, I am here to help. So don't hesitate to ask me questions, to reach out with questions, whatever works for you. Don't hesitate. I'm Manny Rodriguez. Let's get this rolling. I'm going to show you some slides, and I'm just going to share my slides. You're not going to see me, but you will definitely hear me. Okay. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Let me share my screen. Screen share. Gotcha. Application window. Okay. Excellent. Did you lose me? Hold on. Tell me if something happens. I have my assistant / wife helping me. Can you see my screen? I'm probably getting there. I noticed that from when I talk to when my message actually goes across, there's a delay. So bear with me on that. Appreciate your patience on that. But I just also want to make sure that there's no hiccups. So my wife is helping me make sure that there are no hiccups. Has my screen share come up yet? I'm still talking. Is it repeating itself? I guess I didn't test that part. Let me see. I might have lost people. Okay, I don't think I lost everyone. But now I don't want to press something by mistake. Your screen sharing, let's make sure that everything is looking good. YouTube Live is, let's see. I'm making sure you can see my screen share, and for some reason, I'm not too sure. I am either lost everyone or no, broadcast is still going. Present to everyone. Maybe I didn't present it to everyone. Okay. All right. Someone said I'm good, so I'm going to continue. I can see your screen. That's awesome. Let me go back. Excellent. So again, meet Coach Manny. That's who I am. My goal is to help entrepreneurs, help network marketers, and help small business owners increase their exposure, leads, and sales. That is extremely important in this business. My goal is that you walk away with a clear understanding of what you should be doing in your business. There are two main problems facing most entrepreneurs. They lack leads and they lack money. There is a solution. These two obstacles are very easy to overcome. If you apply the training and tactics I will be teaching you here today, you have your solution. This is the painkiller. People have pain. That is lack of leads, lack of money. This is the solution. Follow what I'm going to share. I am here to help. We solve this problem of lack of leads and lack of money using the BES formula of attraction marketing. As I shared, I went from full-time job to full-time home-based entrepreneur in 9 months following this formula. I took my primary business from 0 people to 650 people on my team in the last 11 months. This is how it happened to me. I'm going to go before October 2015. I'm going to go way back to my college days, which is 20 plus years ago. I have to stop and even think. Ever since college, when I got my first full-time job while I was in college, I knew right then and there, I really did not want to answer to a boss for the rest of my life. I knew that, here's the thing, I was a racquetball player. While in college, I got addicted to racquetball. I started going to so many racquetball tournaments while I was in college. While I was still in college, I got a full-time job because I had my second child and I had to make more income. When I got that full-time job, that was when it hit me. I did not want to work for someone else. I couldn't go to my racquetball tournaments on the weekends anymore. I was in retail working 12-hour days. And I knew then and there, I want to work for myself. I was introduced to network marketing. I think the first company I was introduced to was a company called, I want to say my first introduction was Quickstar. They're not necessarily around, but it was like an online Amway. And that was my first introduction. That, when I understood how you can create your own lifestyle, helping other people get what they want in life, it made so much sense to me. Made so much sense. I always believed I was the leader that can help others. I always believed in my capabilities of helping other people. That was huge for me. So I felt like, because I really cared about other people and about their success and where they were going, I felt like network marketing was perfect for me. Fast forward 2+ decades later, I was still fighting that dead end fight. And to me, that dead end fight was the desire to work on my own and still not making it happen. I'm going to put myself out there, and as Coach Tony Fonte tells me, share your vulnerability. I'm going to share it. I have failed at 2 conventional businesses where I started to create my own store. I tried 2 different times in retail shops. Both failed without even being able to last for 6 months of trying something. And they failed miserably because I did not have a good strategy plan to be successful at that. I cannot share how many MLM companies, network marketing companies, direct selling companies I've been through. I've been through, again, I don't even know. I literally cannot count. But fast forward to October of 2015. In October of 2015, basically the last MLM company I was truly committed to. I was in that company for 3 years. It was the most money that I've ever made in network marketing, and the company folded. The writing was on the wall. I started to explore, but I never committed to anything. In November of 2015, I was introduced to an attraction marketing system. The attraction marketing system was basically how to brand myself to get more leads and more signups. I figured, you know what? I don't have a company to call my primary, but why don't I learn how to brand myself? Why don't I learn how to get leads? Why don't I learn how to offer value to the market? Why don't I learn how to do that so that when I do get into an MLM, I can be prepared? After a few months, I was generating leads. I started getting signups, and the signups was to the attraction marketing system because it is an affiliate system. So when I started actually attracting people to the content I was putting out there and attracting people to what I had to offer as Coach Manny, you see, I'm a racquetball coach. I coach 35 plus middle school and high school kids. So Coach Manny already existed. Coach Manny already existed for the last 12 years that I was coaching kids in racquetball and coaching adults in racquetball and coaching others in racquetball. So I was already coaching. I was already Coach Manny Rodriguez. So I figured I would focus on branding Coach Manny, but now I'm going to help entrepreneurs get leads, because see, what happened was I started generating leads. I figured I'll start helping others generate leads and get signups for their business. And come January of 2016, it started flowing so well. It started coming together little by little. My paycheck was increasing every week. My paycheck is Manny Rodriguez Enterprise because my focus was building me. My brand is me. So right around April of 2016, things really started picking up for me. A lot of, since I network with quite a bit, even though I was networking as a different salesperson, but it was still business to business, I still had the opportunity to introduce people to attraction marketing. And basically, I would just share. I would literally share ways they can be successful in their business. I never made our networking meetings about me, because you know what? It was not about me. Whenever I'm sitting there over coffee in what's called a one-to-one networking meeting, to me, it's about the person on the other side of that coffee table from me. It's about them. It's about how can I help them be successful with their goals. And you know what happened? As I continue to have more meetings, more people were coming to me, asking for me to help them. And all of a sudden, it just started snowballing. August of 2016, I decided I'm going to go out on my own, because now I have my basically what my offer was going to be. I was going to help entrepreneurs, network marketers, and small business owners grow their business. Now, again, I'm not in network marketing at this time. I take that back. I'm not in MLM at this time. My primary business is a network marketing company, but I cannot sign anyone else up to do the business. So that's why it's not MLM. I'm not bringing people in to promote it so they can do it. No, to me, that's what MLM is. This is not MLM that I'm bringing people into. So again, this is not about selling. I'm not trying to recruit you. That's not part of it. It's not even an option. So, and again, though I am checking out MLMs, please don't target me with your MLMs because I'm not, I like it to be a certain way. So I hope I'm not rude in sharing that, but I'm very selective. So come August 2016, I quit my job and went all in as Coach Manny Rodriguez. And I give a special thanks to Dawn Johnson, who is one of my networking friends and partners who I want to, and I refer anytime I can to her, but she helped me pinpoint how I was going to approach my networking, who I was going to be. So when I'm networking, I'm a marketing coach, social media expert. That alone helps people get an idea of who I am. So get ready to take some notes because I am going to share pure value. You must know these results are not typical. Simply put, I'm not typical. The one thing I do know without a shadow of a doubt is that these methods work if you focus on the actionable steps. Save your questions for the end, and I'll be sure to get every question answered. The 3-step formula to get massive results. BES. That's right. BES. What does that mean? Build audience, engage audience, sell audience. This is the special formula. BA plus EA plus SA equals freedom. If you focus all your efforts on this formula, you will get results, period. This presumes you have your target market and your branding is in place and on point and you know who you're targeting, because if you don't know who you're targeting, this formula you're not ready for this formula. If you don't know what you're offering, you are not ready for this formula. It's important that you understand that. You must have vision. You must have your goals. You must know where you are going. What are your goals? Without goals, you're leaving your future to chance. Where will you end up if you don't know where you are going? I love this quote from Tony Robbins. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible to the visible. Let me repeat that. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible to the visible. It's huge. It truly is huge, because without vision, how do you wake up every morning super energized, super excited to crush the day ahead of you? Some days I wake up so early, and it's not because I've got a bunch of stressful stuff on my mind. I wake up and I just think about wanting to get to work. I want to see whose life I can affect that day. Because again, this is not about me. It's about helping other people. When I'm reaching my goals, I'm helping that many more people reach their goals. That is amazing. So let me ask you, what are you offering? What do you want to sell, and how much of it do you want to sell? Because you must know what you're offering that produces income and a goal set that you want to hit this amount. It's critical. If you don't know, you have to find your passion and learn how to monetize it. That's one of the best ways. If you don't know what you're offering or what to offer or how to create that extra income, if you're struggling and you don't know which direction to go, ask yourself, what are you passionate about? Start right there. What are you passionate about that you can bring to an audience and they would appreciate you, and then you learn how to monetize it. Believe it or not, there is ways. When do you want to reach this goal that you set? 90 days, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years? When do you want to reach this goal? Why is it now that you should understand attraction marketing? Understanding how to generate leads for your niche will help you grow stronger teams. Let me share one of the things that I hear way too many times. I'll speak to leaders who have moved on from different companies. And one of the main things I continue to hear is, I was making money, but my team was not making money. Have you heard that before? I was making money, but my team wasn't making money. Well, truth be told, if there's a system in place for you to win, you have to have a system in place for your team to win. When you learn how to attract your market to you, you can then teach your team how to attract the market to them. There's so many different ways to do this. And when you follow the BES formula, you will grow. Where would I start if I was you? We will share a bunch of different things that you can use to grow your audience and your engagement and your selling portion. But the number one place I would start with is Facebook. Facebook is powerful. Facebook is where Facebook has millions and millions of, actually they're in the billions now of users. And what I love about Facebook is with Facebook, you can dial in on your target audience. You can dial in without throwing a bunch of money away. You can target the people that you know you can solve problems for. That's who you're targeting. And that's why when the first place, once you know where you're headed and what your offer is and who you're attracting, you want to focus on building your audience. Let's talk about how you build your audience. The first way is your email list. Your email list is one of two things you actually own online, and it's still the most important thing out there. When you are building your email list, here's the thing you need to focus on. You want to focus on building your list, building a relationship with that list, and market to and monetize that list. But the key is you must build relationship. Too many times, and I'm sure you're just like me, getting all this spammy email. Well, you know how you separate yourself from that spammy email so that you don't come across spammy? Now, granted, your emails, if you send out a bunch at a time, if you send out 500, 1,000, 1,500, whatever, stuff's going to hit the spam box anyway. But it's not necessarily because of your message. You're still going to get a lot of open messages. Starting with that subject to the body of that message will tell you whether you can, will give you the opportunity to monetize that list, but you must first build a relationship with that list. So email list is very important when it comes to building that audience. Now, keep this in mind. The email list is your email audience. That's a portion of your audience. Facebook, that's another audience. The things you're going to focus on Facebook is your profile, your fan page, your group, and Messenger. Notice how I highlight Messenger. Let me share something that was just released in just information to our community of marketers who are focused on helping other people build their business. Messenger will be the new hotness. There is a way to actually create a list through Messenger. And I will be one of the very first to be training on this, and you are going to love it. That's all I want to share with you, and I'll talk about that again. Other ways that you can build your audience. Again, I still recommend Facebook first and foremost. YouTube, a lot of times when you're putting video on Facebook, you can easily download that to your computer, upload it to YouTube. I was helping one of my good buddies and a client. He's a mortgage broker. And yes, even mortgage people need this stuff. So today I said, I want to show you a strategy. I want to show you how you could get ranked right away. And to my surprise, it got ranked quicker than I thought. I said, let's take this video that you already did. Let's go to AdWords. Let's look for a keyword. Keyword is not just one word. Keywords is, in this case, I'm not going to give it away because, you know, it's strategy. But we picked the keyword for him. We did a video. We took one of his videos off of Facebook, focused on the keyword. And again, keyword is not one word. It's basically 3 or more words. Those are the keywords you're focused on. So we found something. We said, let's do it on this. Let's make this the topic. Boom. As soon as he followed exactly what I was talking about, I said, okay, let's go do a Google search. I said, put in parentheses these 3 words because that's who we were talking about. And bam, he was on page 1 within minutes. Within minutes, he was on page 1 for a key word that relates to his business. Do you understand the power of this stuff? As you all know, no one's going past page 1 of Google unless they're looking to see where they're ranked. Does that make sense? This stuff is powerful when you know what to do with it. So you can build your audience on YouTube. You can have a lot of subscribers to YouTube. Twitter. When I shared that I went from 0 to 1,650 people in my primary business, a lot of that was through Twitter. Most of it was Facebook, but a lot of it, I literally got signups. I got people giving me their name, number, and email address. They were just giving it to me to get them registered, to get them pre-registered for something. When your message is powerful, people will respond. You can use Instagram. Instagram's amazing for the sense that people love images. But if you have Instagram right now, I would ask you to go to your description, your profile. What does that look like? What does that look like? Does it just look like a paragraph? If it just looks like a paragraph, you're losing that race. Look at my profile. Look at the description. You'll have a better idea, and you can definitely run with that. Snapchat, another way to build your audience. Pinterest, another way to build your audience. LinkedIn, another way to build your audience. From personal experience, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, I've literally gotten business from. Snapchat, I've grown my following. Pinterest, I don't even use it anymore. Here's the thing, and I'll talk about this later. I'll just even skip that. So building your audience continued. Blog. You want to be blogging as you move forward. As you're building your email, you want to be building your blog. Your blog and your email list are the 2 things you own online. It's yours no matter what. No one can take that away from you. It's yours. You keep building it. You keep growing it. It's yours. That's why if you're in network marketing, I highly recommend you do not use the cookie cutter website. It does not help you get traction. Create your own site. It's very simple. I'm glad to help walk you through some easy ways to do that. The one reason you blog is to generate leads. No other reason. If you're in a nonprofit and you are putting your passion out there, that's completely different. But if you're in business, you're blogging to generate leads. And blogging is almost more like, it's almost like it's in the middle of building your audience and engaging your audience, because it can be used to build your audience, to help you get new eyeballs, to help you get attracted to new faces that don't know you already exist, to getting people engaged. When you're sending out an email blast of your new blog post, guess what? That doesn't sound spammy, does it? Ha ha ha. But when you're putting out a blog post or an email, you send it out to your subscribers, you're like, hey, I just put together a blog. I think you'll find some value on it. Click here, go to my blog. Guess what? You're not spamming them anywhere. When they go to your blog, guess what? That's your brand. Now you're building, they're seeing your brand. They're getting used to who you are. That's the thing, is that blogging is more of an engagement tool. Now, people can RSS feed to your blog and get updates every time you put out a new post, and that's gravy train and all. That's totally cool. But think of it also as an engagement tool. That's key there. My three favorite audiences that I have really changed the way I have focused on how I move forward is I'm focused on my email list. Many of you have gotten emails from me over the last few weeks about different things because I've really stepped up my game for that. When it comes to adding to my email list, when it comes to building my Facebook audience, I'm a huge Mets fan. So I'm building a Mets audience basically around Mets fans for a particular reason. But when I made it a focus to just build that audience, in 1 week, I had 220 new likes. That's quite a bit. Imagine doing that every single week. Was it free? It wasn't free. I had to put a little money into Facebook advertising, but it really wasn't that much. I'll keep doing it. I'm just waiting for a particular time, and I'm going to really go ballistic sharing stuff. And blogging, I blog quite a bit. To be honest with you, my website's not even ready for the world to be like, ooh, that's beautiful. But you know what? I don't let it stop me at all. I continue to blog. I continue to put content out there, and I am just building it as I keep moving forward. Facebook is the best ads platform on the planet. The data is unbelievable. The reach is second to none. And like I said earlier, it's completely targeted. There's nothing like that out there at all. You're probably thinking, well, what about Google AdWords? If you spent the same amount of money on Google AdWords as you do on Facebook ads, your audience and your leads and your traction would not be the same because Google does not target it as well as Facebook. They both know how you live. They both know what you're doing, your searches and everything. But Facebook is so much more targeted to the people you're trying to reach. If you learn Facebook ads and learn how to use Facebook, you will have all the traffic you will ever need. And I'm speaking from experience. I was going to pull some images to show you basically some ads I did, but to be completely honest with you, I was pretty sure we were going to run out of time. So if you would like to see this, I'm glad to share it with you. It would have to be after the webinar because I'm sure I'm going to run out of time. But this is so key. These are the three things that I really focus on now. Engaging your audience. So now we've talked about building your audience. Okay, as you're building your audience, you want to get your audience engaged. This is so important. I cannot stress how important this is. How do you get your audience engaged? You send them emails. You send autoresponder sequences. With autoresponder sequences, you can have stuff just going out to them. You already created the email. I would recommend you create it in your own words and be you. Some people think, oh, I have to sound super professional, have every comma, every dot. I say otherwise. I say be yourself, be your true blue self. People like authenticity. Be that real person. One of my good buddies, Techie Tony, awesome guy. I'm gonna interview him on here hopefully next week. Amazing guy. Let me share with you about what I've seen the growth in this guy. When it comes to being authentic, he's as real as it gets. He'll let you know when he disagrees with something. He'll let you know when you're doing something right. He basically will be his true blue self, and it is what it is. And let me tell you the attraction this Techie Tony guy has created for himself by being authentic, not that cookie cutter stuff. It works. What other ways can you get engagement? Facebook. Going live is huge. It's huge. If you are having problems overcoming that, if you have some type of fear of going live, let's figure it out. Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to miss out on what's going on out here. Facebook's not going anywhere. And Facebook Live is the most powerful thing you can be doing right now. Again, everything goes on trends. So I don't know what's next. What I do know is live ain't going anywhere anytime soon. And I threw in those ain't on purpose. It is going to stay. So figure it out. Start going live if you're not going live. And I have a 4-step formula that will help you go live or even start putting videos out there. If you need that, reach out to me. I'm glad to help. Putting out Facebook videos. You don't have to do them all live. You can just have video that's static and it stays out there. And you can put it on your YouTube. You can do it, all of that. So the same video you can repurpose for your blogs and all. So put out videos. They don't all have to be lives. Just lives are the most things that are going to get you the most traction. So putting out lives, putting out video, quotes. People love quotes. That will get you engagement. Let me share something with you that we just started recently doing. We learned from one of our top video experts in our company. When I say company, I mean marketing company. He shared with us a strategy that I'm now sharing with my clients because I want to help them get a lot of engagement. It's amazing. Do you realize when you put out images that are literally beautiful, and as Ace Ventura would say, B-E-A, beautiful, people love that stuff. When you put quotes on those images, you'll even get more engagement. So you want to put out quotes and you want to do images and you want to do both of that. And there's so many ways that you can easily do that as well. Now we'll share that with you down if you continue to come to our training. We'll be doing this training every Thursday night. And the goal is just to feed you value that you can go implement, get leads. Simple as that. Asking questions on Facebook. Do you notice how people are asking questions and then they get a lot of responses? There's a reason for that. It's huge. It's huge. Again, Messenger. We talked about Messenger in building your audience. It's still here when it comes to engagement portion. I literally I put together an ebook and I share this ebook. I do not share stuff. I do not share things until I get results. So this ebook is how you can get 10 leads in the next 24 hours on Facebook. Guess how I generated all those 10 leads? Well, in my case, it's over 10 a day because I put in a little more than 30 minutes. But if you just spent 1 hour, you can get 10 leads a day. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. So I put together this PDF file, a PDF book. It's an ebook now. And so what I did was after I generated all these leads, I put together an ebook to help others. I mean, you cannot fail to generate these 10 leads. So I used Messenger to get these leads where I averaged 10 a day. No, I'm not exaggerating. And let me just stop for a second. This new Messenger, here's the thing. Facebook just recently allowed for third-party softwares to create stuff. So we got our hands on this software that automates Messenger for you. So you literally are generating leads on Messenger by itself. You're generating stuff. So, and it's great because you're also building your email list with this software. When someone likes a specific post, they automatically get a message that's sharing your message with them. If they comment that they do want this information, boom, the software sends it for you automatically. So that's super cool. Engagement continued. Doing videos, tweets on Twitter, sharing stuff. Insta images, that's when you're putting Instagram images out there. Skype is a way to get engagement. Asking for that appointment, getting on Skype. Zoom calls. Every Monday, I'm on a Zoom call with Coach Tony Fonte. He's sharing some great value. He's a new beginnings coach. So you see how he's getting engagement. He's getting all these people on his mastermind, and he's getting engagement, and he's helping them. See the engagement? Appear.in. That's another way to get engagement. The phone. It's truly the quickest way to make money. When you connect with someone, just listen. Hear them clearly. If you are saying you want money, pick up the phone. Connect with people. You will have money. And Techie Tony is a prime example of how well that works. Reach out to him if you have any questions. Webinars get people engaged. Guess what? Everything I've just shared, I've done, with the exception of one thing of everything I just shared, I've not done, but it's still a way to get engagement. And guess what I've done for the first time tonight? A webinar. So thank you for attending my first webinar. By the way, I'm having a lot of fun with this. I hope you're still with me. But webinars are easy ways for you to offer free training to people. But it has to be free training that solves their problem. People have challenges. They have problems. If you have to be the problem solver. You can put together free training that helps with this. A webinar that's a Q&A session is a great way to get people engaged. Let's keep going. Okay, so we talked about building your audience. We've talked about engaging your audience. Now stay with me, because after I explain the sell audience, we've explained it. Now I'm gonna put it to work. I'm not just going to give you notes. Now I'm gonna show you how to do it. I hope that makes sense. So how do you sell your audience? Let's be real. At the end of the day, isn't that what we want to do? We want to sell our audience. We want to sell our audience to reach our goals. Whatever goal it is that you have to sell your audience. The number one way to make money. You got it. Share a link. Share a link. Share a link. What is your call to action? What is it that you want them to do? What is this link going to lead to? Is it going to lead to the sale? Are you finding ways to ask for the sale? That's key. That's key. Let me share something. And it's not easy to prospect me. Let me tell you, it's not easy. I'll backdoor all day long because there's too much fluff out there. But something caught my attention, and I thought I'd give him the time of day. He messaged me. I followed his videos for a while. I already saw he's becoming a leader in our same industry. And he reached out to me, and he said, Manny, I want to share my vision with you. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting way to put it. Obviously, in the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm sure you're going to want me to join something. I'm sure you're going to want to sell me something. But the way he created that conversation, hey, Manny, I want to share my vision with you. Will you have some time to talk tomorrow? I mean, I wasn't going to ignore the guy. I do respect him. I like what he brings to the table when it comes to his videos. Sure, I'll give you the time of day. You see how he got me? He got me to get on the phone with him. I did get on the phone with him. Again, it wasn't what I was looking for. I wasn't interested in what he had to offer. Here's the thing. If you contact me and you throw $, you lose me. You lose me right away. Yeah, we all want to make money. And to be honest with you, there's a billion ways to make money. At one time, my goal was $10,000 a month. You know what? Now I'm surrounded by people making freaking 10 times that a month. You think I'm shooting for those little numbers anymore? No way. But I know how to make it happen because I'm surrounded by people. So if you want to contact me sharing, oh, this much money, oh, this much money, and then send me text later, oh, I made this much money, it doesn't appeal to me, not one bit at all. That's not my personality. So guess what? When you contact people, number one, you better make sure that you have determined the need. If you have not determined their need, you cannot turn that into a sale. Because you have to know what's in it for. Well, how are you going to solve their problems? How are you going to help them? You can't do anything until you're asking questions to find out what it is that they need. If you are not selling your audience, you are not sharing anything. And I'm not saying that you are not putting out value. I'm saying that when you're asking for the sale is because you know it helps them. It's because you know you have the problem solution for them. You have the solution. So when you're asking for the sale, it's because you want to help them and you know that you have the way to help them. I hope that's making sense because it's very, very important. More ways that you can sell your audience: creating a sales page, creating sales videos, webinars. One of my mentors made $40 million in just by webinars. Was all of his webinars about selling? Nope. And I've been on 2 years worth of webinars, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. Webinars are not about just selling. If you notice, I'm not going to have a bunch of sales stuff and bonuses at the end of this. I'm not. That's not what this webinar is about. This webinar is about educating you and sharing. But webinars are powerful when it comes to selling your audience. It's the easiest way to have a huge payday, but you have to know how to do that. Again, there goes that messenger again. Are you starting to see what I'm stepping into? Messenger, it can be a list, it can be your engagement tool, and it's your sale, your sale tool. It truly is. And again, this software we're going to be introducing to you, it's going to be powerful. And here's the thing I want to share about Messenger. Anytime a new marketing method hits the market, there's that little window of opportunity for you to jump on it before the whole market catches on. So do you kind of get what I'm getting at? Stay close to my trainings because I'm going to share this stuff with you. I'm going to share ways to do this because let me just share. If you're not getting leads daily, we do need to talk. Other ways to sell: phone, consultations, strategy sessions, product launches. Even if no matter what company you're with, even if it's not a new product that they have, it could be a product that you have, that you created, and you have a launch party. You join a new company. I'll use another one of the guys that I follow because he's amazing. His name is Mark Lalone, and he just joined an MLM company. Nope, I didn't follow him. Nope, I didn't get on the call to find out what MLM company. Again, I'm not just following people to follow people. I needed a certain way. Again, my personality's me, your personality's you. But I will share what he did. He shared a photo with some text of someone else introducing him to their group. And then what he did was he repurposed that photo. He repurposed that photo and marketed the heck out of that thing. It was him launching himself with his new business. And he was getting people on the phone. And it was amazing. It was amazing. All these people who do have companies, who are in companies, were still interested to find out what he joined because they followed him so long. They know what he's about and they know how he does it. And so guess what? I'm sure he had a bunch of people join him in that business, in his business. I don't know what the call was about. I'm not going to be finding out. I'm sure eventually I find out what company he is anyway. Continuing. So promotions are great ways to get sales. JV partnerships, cross promoting, joint ventures. You blast my product to your email list. I'll blast your product to my email list. If you ever you may have a mentor or someone that you follow and they'll email you someone else's product. I'll get emails from people sometimes promoting Ray Higdon stuff. If you don't know Ray Higdon, top leader in the industry, he's not in network marketing anymore. He's just coaching other people. Guess where he got his start from? This exact same company that's teaching me all this stuff. He's one of the big wigs in our company, but he started as a small wig like me. That's awesome, right? Skype, another way you can be selling stuff. Zoom, appear.in. These are all ways you could be selling stuff. That's you building your audience, engaging your audience, selling your audience. One more tip. The 80-20 rule. You've probably heard this in so many different ways, and it's still going to be relevant in this scenario. If you are new, especially if you're new to all of this, 20% of your time is going to be spent creating content. 80% of your time is going to be promoting the content. Promoting the content. We're going to talk about that here in a second. So now I want to put this into a real world scenario. Okay. I don't want to just throw some stuff out there and just leave you hanging. So this is an example of the build, engage, sell. So when you're creating this, you always want to start backwards. You always want to work backwards. In this case, what is the end goal? Your end goal is the sell. What are you selling? Are you selling that you want to get people to a webinar? Are you selling that you want to get people to an automated webinar? Because on the webinar is where you are going to do your selling. Again, you got to give value, value, value. Value, value, then you can ask for the sale. Do not ask for the sale if you haven't really given them a ton of value. So on the webinar is where you're going to be doing the selling. If it's an automated webinar, that's where you're going to be doing your selling. If it's a sales page, that's where you'll be doing your selling. Your energy, focus, and target has to be what your end result is. If you want to get people to a webinar, that's what you're focusing on. If you want to get them to an automated webinar, that's what you're focusing on. Same thing with the sales page. So how do we get them to the webinar? How do we get them there? See, the key is that when you have in your webinar, at the end of the webinar, you want them to maybe do a trial, to jump on a trial. Maybe they're not ready to make a decision, and why don't you give them a trial basis first? The OTO, one-time offer. On a webinar, you can have a take action now before the price goes up or before we don't release this again for another year. You can have that one-time offer, take action now. So how do we get them to the webinar or your final outcome? So just think of this. You got a goal in mind over the next however many days, 90 days, whatever day goal. We want to sell X amount of things to hit your outcome, your goal, and bring people to your end result, which is your webinar. You see how we started backwards? We have to know where people are going, and then we can focus on getting them there. Okay? So it's really simple. Just focus on two things. Build your email list, build your audience on your fan page. And one way to do that is ads on Facebook. So I'm not in health and wellness. I'm going to use health and wellness as an example. Again, I'm not in health and wellness. I'm just using this as an example. Say you put together a PDF. Your PDF is your top 3 organic ingredients in 2017 to get more energy, burn more fat, and get the results you want. So this is a free ebook that you're putting together. It's very, if you don't know how to do an ebook, oh my gosh, you can do it for free, no problem. Again, reach out to me, I'll guide you, glad to do it. But your ebook, it has to have, your offer basically has to be super sexy and super valuable that your audience will appreciate. And in order to do that, it really comes down to you knowing your audience's pain and challenges so you can share with them that you have the solution. So in this case, say you did a PDF of, the 3 organic ingredients. They opt in for this ebook. Guess what? When they opt in for the ebook, you just built your email list, another one. And that is an example of growing your list. Facebook ads can be used to get engagement to build the actual audience on your Facebook fan page. Let me repeat that. So when you're using Facebook ads, this can be used to get engagement to build the actual audience on Facebook fan page. I'll give you an example. I just was sharing earlier how one of our video marketing mentors, he shared with us this simple strategy. And this relates to exactly this that I just described. He put out a beautiful image, a few text on it, not enough for Facebook to say anything about it. And he boosted it for engagement. And then guess what? He got so many likes, comments, and shares. But that wasn't the key to building the fan page. Afterwards, he went back and clicked on to see everyone who liked it, and then invited them to like the fan page. Very simple process. And he literally has like 20,000 Facebook fan page likes, and he's not very active on it. He just does stuff to just build the audience, and that's it. And he does great with it. So just so you know, you can run ads to go straight to your webinar registration page. Again, if that's your end result, you can run ads to go straight to your registration page. You can run ads to send to free ebook. Guess what? That builds your email list. When you're sending them to your webinars registration page, that's building your email list. It's huge. How do you engage the audience? How do you get engagement? Facebook Lives helps you get engagement. Facebook posts, blog posts, Twitter, when you're tweeting, that helps you get engagement. YouTube, and when you're on YouTube, share a link. You can share the link in the description. You can do so many cool things, and it just goes to the registration page of the webinar. But here's the key. Do not, please do not do the join me, buy my product. Do not do that. That's the quickest way. You want to create the right content that offers value. If you do this right, you will gain traction and you will grow your list. Excuse me, taking a quick drink. My favorite adult beverage called water. I love water. Okay. Your content must serve your audience. This is key. Remember, you are a problem solver. So when you put out content out there, this really helps people understand you know what you're talking about. As long as it's quality content. It's not about putting out 100 posts, 100 blog posts. It's about putting out quality. It's not about quantity. It's about quality content. It is huge. Why do you want to use content to generate leads? You brand you. It helps you build authority. It helps you build a following. It helps you be seen as an expert. And it helps you generate leads on autopilot. That means that, for example, you put out a YouTube video 6 months, 9 months, 1,000 months down the road, whatever. The content is still valuable. It still serves purpose. And as long as you have that call to action, remember what we talked about. What is your call to action? As long as you have that call to action, you're sitting pretty. You will still generate leads on autopilot because content is king. You want to build that list by sharing your PDF, your ebook. And we're closing in on an hour. Actually, we're a little over an hour, so I definitely want to start wrapping this up soon. But you want to build your email list by sharing that PDF and getting traffic to it. And guess what? You see what you're looking at? That is my newest ebook. How to get 10 leads on Facebook in the next 24 hours without spending a dime. Here's the key. I first did it myself. I got results. I saw how to do it. I saw the value in it, and then I put together an ebook. That simple. And let me just throw this out there. If you're not getting leads every day, let me know. I'll send this ebook over to you. And I guarantee you, you'll get leads starting as soon as you put it into action. And the great part is step by step, simple as can be, boom. Again, using Messenger. But, you know, I just have a lot of fun with it, serving my audience. Everything I just shared with you is called attraction marketing. The BES formula is all through attraction marketing. This is how you attract your target audience to you. This is so key to attracting your target audience to you. Now, trim some of the fat and get laser focused on your goal. What exactly does this mean? If you notice, I've talked about a lot of different things, Instagram, Twitter, blah, 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 into Pinterest, all that stuff. When I really started stepping up my game is when I wasn't focused on all of that stuff. Don't start out with all of that stuff. The first place I would start out with is Facebook. Master Facebook. Because ultimately, you will learn how to outsource everything and you'll have content going online regularly. And all you have to do is focus on building teams and helping other people. It's that simple. So cut out all that junk, get rid of all of it, and just focus on your end result. What is your goal and how will you get there? You want to map it out and track it. Track your progress. This is key. You are a business owner and you have to be creative. Your audience is waiting for you. They truly are. That is the end of my slides. Let me hang out. somewhere. Excellente. Okay, stop the screen share. Hey, I still got viewers. That's awesome. I didn't lose you. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you got some value from this. And if you are interested in that attraction marketing system I mentioned multiple times, because that's where I got all of this from, all of the learning, take a $10 test drive, check out the back office, see if it's a match for you. And guess what? You get me as a coach. How cool is that? I'm Manny Rodriguez. I cannot thank you enough for tuning in. I will only keep getting better and better. So I would recommend stick around. You never know what kind of relationships we're going to build out of this. I'm Manny Rodriguez. I'm here to help. How can I help you? You can reach me on Facebook at Coach Manny Rodriguez. I got a new URL that I'm going to start putting to use here. It's not up, but it's mine, meetcoachmanny.com. How cool does that sound? And meetcoachmanny.info. That way you can learn a little about who Coach Manny is. Again, I cannot thank you enough for tuning in. I have been looking forward to this day and all day today, looking forward to this. And I'm just going to keep getting better and better. So I hope you go out there, put this stuff to use. Put it to use. Understand the BES formula and just focus on Facebook. There's a lot of stuff to teach you out there. You can do it on your own, or you can shorten that shortcut and say, Coach Manny, hey, let's have a strategy session and I'm going to help you. I'm Manny Rodriguez. I'm going to stop this broadcast even though I want to keep talking. But hey, make it a great day, and I thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you.